Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
What do you say? What do you say? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here with Signature Sports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for the Dirt Assassin Series. 2 races, 1 track, and a whole lot of fun over the next couple of hours. We're going to watch, Volusia go around in circles. It's going to be a lot of fun. Entertaining racing every Saturday night. Yeah, it's been just fun. Good to see you all out there. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares early. If you haven't done so, make sure you reach out, hit the like, the follow, the subscribe on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. I'm live on all 3 platforms. And I just couldn't thank you enough. It's going to be a ton of fun. Street Stocks, CHIEFLAND RC Raceway, giving you a whole lot of look here. They're going to go qualifying. But we are going to go ahead and take a look at the race information here for you real quick as they get ready to get settled in. Volusia Speedway Park, roughly about a half-mile track, pretty close to it. I would say just over 1/3 of the mile track. It's just going to be the traditional Volusia. We've seen Volusia be a great racetrack. We've watched drivers utilize different parts of this race line. It's an oblong, awkward-shaped race line, and but it is a lot of fun. Track temperature at 90 degrees, no humidity, 65-degree on the air temperature, partly cloudy skies. Means, well, this track is going to be a whole lot different. It's going to be absolutely a ton of fun, and we'll see just how much this track is going to change over, especially once we get out of the street stocks. We go into the 360 sprints. We're going to see just where this racetrack kind of defines its race pace. Very fast race line for the street stocks. But the street stocks have a horsepower differential. You know, once we get to the 360 sprints, they're fast, and it's going to be really fast. We'll see probably 4 seconds faster lap times. Right now, sub 20-second race lines for the drivers. You're seeing Kyle Carter out there qualifying at the moment. Big special thank you to all the sponsors and partners of not only Signature Esports, but more importantly, the sponsors and partners of the big dirt league that we call on Saturday night. CHIEFLAND RC Raceway has a whole lot of action. You can get out there and get some fantastic drives on Sundays. They have a huge schedule on their website CHIEFLANDRCRaceway.com, and you can check out their Facebook page. But they are just fantastic when it comes to how they race RC cars in their track. They have an indoor and outdoor track. It's just it's awesome. True Cut Lawn and Maintenance out of Gainesville, Florida. Check them out on Facebook. And of course, there'll be a number that pops up. I want you to check them out. BUCKWHEAT'S Customs, giving you a whole lot of t-shirt and spin art die cut decals and auto decal designs. 903-417-2628. Red Pirate Family Grill and Oyster Bar down there in the old Florida area. Give them a call, 850-670-1090, or go to redpirategrill.com. Check them out on Facebook as well. I encourage you to go check them out. When I go to Florida, I am going to find my way to East Point When we go to Gainesville, I'm going to go to East Point. We're going to go check them out. It's going to be fantastic. TrackDogsRacing.com sponsors the Wing Sprints today. Man, I tell you what, it's going to be a ton of fun. Here's your starting grid for, well, heat race number 1. Right there in the middle of your screen. Sage Luther's going to be your pole sitter. Brandon Starnes, your outside pole sitter for the Dirt Assassin Series. Nick Klosterman and Alex Thompson will make up row number 2. Zach Dillon, Braxton Clark, row 3. Dover Singleton will be there in row 4. As they are going to come around, and they're going to have some fun. It's kind of the way we look at it. Sage Luther there on the inside, driving the 026. One of Brandon Starnes to the outside as they get ready to rock and roll. Volusia is one of those racetracks that's very, very, very familiar for the iRacing platform. It comes up, I think, 6 times in 6 months. So it's a very, very used racetrack in this one. Rob Martin watching out there. Put on a show, fellas. Paul's not making it tonight. Paul, much love to you, brother. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic night. Normally we have 2 broadcasts on Saturdays, but we had the Xfinity Series take the night off. So we're going to be taking care of things just for tonight. Outcast Racing League will be tomorrow afternoon, though, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Kyle Carter giving us a like. Julie Younger giving us a like. Tony Martin giving us a like. Zach Dillon giving us a share and a like as well. Folks, share the stream out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Give us a like. Do what you got to do. We want to see what you folks are happening. If you are out there and you are on Twitch, make sure you reach out and follow. Hit that donation button as well. Want to make sure that folks know that we are still raising money for our Twitch donation goal. Heat race number 1. I'll reload the overlay real quick for you. Andrew Tennell giving us some change of everything right there. I appreciate everybody doing what you got to do. I need to complete them all. There it is. Forget that I have chat commands on the Twitch platform. Jazz is giving us a like right now. Sage Luther, 4/10 of a second lead as we see drivers still try to dig. There's a little bit of Zach Dillon in the D20 on the bottom side there to the 03 of Dover Singleton. That's the battle going on for 6th and 7th. He's going to try to make a pass to the inside. There is Nick Klosterman in the 26. Going to track down the rookie of Alex Thompson. He's been working on his craft over the last couple of weeks. Got himself up to a C-Class 3.21 safety rating for that phenomenal driver. Braxton Clark in the 28. Up 3 already. Brandon Starnes still trying to find a little extra speed. 10-lap heats, 12-lap consolation, 30-lap feature. That's what these drivers are going to be looking at. Luther still digging 4/10 of a second lead as they're going to continue to utilize that low line for a little while. We'll see. Right here is a good view. Come around. There is Fred the Barney, a.k.a. Flagman, right there. A lot of low-line runs. They're going to utilize this for a little while. Now Starnes gets to the bottom. He digs a little bit harder into the corner, as you see. Watch this drive line in. Now Starnes gets a little deeper into the corner. He's going to be right there at that quarter panel. Corner exit for the 26. And right now, Brandon Starnes that much closer. 28, Braxton Clark still digging as well as they continue to work. Luther, 5 laps to go, trying to hold on. 10 laps around this in this heat can be almost detrimental. One to the inside, no slider line just yet. One gets a little deeper into the corner. 28 is going to be 3 wide there, 2 by 2 for 1 and 28. One trying to find a way to close in some race pace here. He sends it into the corner a little deeper here. He's going to drift up the race line. This is the only time that race line kind of dictates that pace. Starnes leads that lap. Gets into the corner, up into the 026. Kind of wheels it a little bit. Braxton Clark to the bottom side. Starnes trying to dig here. Luther back to 3rd. As now Braxton Clark goes to work on the high side. Braxton blinks out there, so we're going to have to switch over to Starnes. Starnes on the high side. Has to dig a little bit more of that race line. There comes Sage Luther, 2 laps to go in heat race number 1. A little contact, never hurt anybody, but Starnes is going to have to hold on just a little bit longer because here comes Sage Luther on the high side. Braxton Clark going to have to find that next level pace, as right now Luther bump drafting the 1 on the high side. White flag for the final lap in heat race number 1 is Starnes, Luther, Clark. Starnes still edging just a little bit here. Last turn, 28 to send it into the corner. One gets a bump. Believe Clark might have this one. No, tied off the corner. Starnes wins it. Starnes, your pole sitter for the next heat, or for the feature. Heat race number 2 for Volusia. Starting grid looks as such. Matt Croak's going to be your pole sitter here, and there's Kyle Carter. It's going to be your outside pole sitter. Tony Martin, Cole Younger going to make it row 2. Terry Boswell, Tabs back in the mix. He's got Josh Bittner out there, giving him some love. Appreciate everybody being out there again. Take a look at your screen. Some of these drivers are just really holding on to some of the best looking cars out there. Speaking of best looking things, make sure that you check out Dave Garman. Dave Garman has a YouTube channel. I think it's, I have to go back and look one more time. 06 Racing Productions, youtube.com/@RCKing252. I encourage you to go check that out and see what things he's throwing up there, because he's doing some media, some reveals, some awesome things. Unique Woodmasters LLC for all your custom woodworking needs. Located in Salina, Ohio. Give him a call, 419-268-9663, and he will get you hooked up with some custom woodworking. Anarchy Wraps and Designs. For the next time you're looking for the best look on the track, find him on Facebook by searching Anarchy Wraps and Designs. Of course, Chiefland RC Raceway, all about these street stocks, giving everybody the edge. Smokey Designs by Andy. What's going on to you? Just in time to see the little brother Rut. Love to see it. 22 of Mr. Martin. Andy Martin out there has Tony Martin right there. There's that 22. There's that logo. Big dig rolling as they get ready to go green flag racing for heat race number 2. How's everybody's day? How has everybody been? It's been a weird Saturday. Scootman. 3 dads watching closely. Love it. Green flag. Broke on the high side, 02 out front. Carter digging just a little bit more. Double out 3. Side by side with the 22. Martin digs in. I tell you what, they're getting into each other faster here. I tell you what, 3 wide is where they want to be as well. Terry Boswell on the bottom side says, excuse me, I was there. Right now, Cole Younger trying to battle for position. There's Tony Martin right in front of him. Double out 3 of Kyle Carter. Got bullied there for a moment. There's Younger there to the inside. He's going to have a little bit of damage there. That left driver's side door, but we've seen that all over the racing surface. Not a big deal. Martin fast lap into the race, took 19.78. He's going to have about 0.2 of a second better than Matthew Croak. 02 digging into the corner, 8 laps to go in heat race number 2. Kyle Carter side by side with the double out 3. Double out 3 trying to buffalo out. It's going to be able to clear here as the 3 goes back to work. These two are always finding each other. Here's a look at what Younger is doing here. Kyle Carter near the wall. Younger all within that throwing distance. Whoa! Going to be able to work the outside. I tell you what, he got out of the gas, and luckily he did. Don't scratch the paint. Yeah, they're working on it. They're working. It's a street stock. It's meant to get a little ding here and there. 5 to go. 02, 22, double out 3, and the 3. Terry Boswell back into the mix. Those who don't know, Tabs had he had a quadruple bypass. Got himself back out here on the simulators, get back into the swing of things. I'm so glad to see him out there. Because at one point, they were thinking that maybe he wasn't going to be able to race again. So I'm glad to see Terry back out there. Much love to the man and the family. Oh, they're banging. Oh, that was interesting. Tony Martin to third. Kyle Carter just made that pass. Cole Younger is going to be right there. Here's that look here. There's the 3 to the inside. This was that look here. One more time. I'm going to speed it up. This is where, well, that was a long time ago. I don't know how that worked. Terry Boswell getting around Cole Younger here. Kyle Carter going around as well. Kyle Carter in the double out 3. 2 laps to go. Man, if this is the heat race, we're gonna have an interesting feature. Croak 1.1 as basically P2, P3, P4 all just kind of hurt each other there. Croak's gonna have it here, folks, and that's not even the half of it. Carter, Martin, Boswell, Cole Younger will be your top 5. I tell you what, they got into each other pretty heavily. Feature coming up though, and they're going to start that started grid. 30 laps for the drivers. Whoop, let me do that. Brandon Starnes, Matthew Croak, front row. Braxton Clark, Kyle Carter in row 2. Sage Luther, Tony Martin, row 3. Alex Thompson, Terry Boswell in row 4. Klosterman Younger there in row 5. Singleton and Bittner. Bittner, I believe, is going to be your race controller. Zach Dillon, last driver in the field, so they will get ready to go. 30 laps. Cautions are on. Caution laps do not count in Volusia. Already heating up. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. Hopefully you're ready to go. Ace Trunk's gonna dive in. And for 30 laps. Gonna be time to full send. There is those big pythons. That flag's gonna get ready to come out here. Starnes, Croak, Clarder. Starnes, Croak, Clark, Carter. Let me speak that correctly again. Apologies. Not sure what's going on. They extended it here, so we'll see the lights off of the pace track. Those laps will reset, folks. Green flag. Starnes, Clark, 1-2. Broke back a couple of here. Sage Luther tries to dig down to the bottom side. Clark in and out just a little bit. Klostrom into the 26, digging into the outside. There is the 22 of Tony Martin right there. Everybody just trying to take it easy. I think that's going to be the big factor here. Brandon Starnes out front. Quarter-second lead over Braxton Clark. Clark having some internet issues at the moment. We see the Durn Anarchy race line for the 28. Clark to the bottom side. Brandon Starnes runs a 19.97. Going to have to really defend here. A couple of drivers trying to pull some pace. 28 trying to hold on to the bottom side. Sage Luther following the inside lane right now. Up to third. Croak here on the high side. Up into the flat portion of the racetrack. A lot of mud still up there, so not as far as... Whoa! Carter kind of buffaloing his way in. Pushes the 02 up the race line. 22 back here defending against Tabs. Tabs to the bottom side. Right now the 20 of Zach Dillon. Ooh, up the race line. Gets around Nick Klostrom at 26 trying to hold on as well. We're going to be 25 laps to go in the feature as Brandon Starnes leads here, but Clark trying to dig back into the corner. Clark to the high side. Starnes back to the bottom. Still leads. Slider line for the 28. 28's going to have a little bit of difficulty trying to make this clear here. The 28 here, all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Starnes should have that clear, doing just fine. Is right now the grip is where the right rear tire is right now for the one. Not much you can hook up on the bottom side. Maybe try to figure out. Ooh, Braxton Clark next to the wall. One of the things you cannot do, you cannot wall tap around this one. You wall ride, you're going to have some issues. Alex Thompson, Braxton Clark, Braxton Clark in and out. Alex Thompson to pit road. Braxton Clark having some code issues here. Can end up getting, if his connection is off right now, could have an issue. He makes any kind of contact with Brandon Starnes. Trying to hold on. 28, 26, double out 3. Matthew Croker the 5. Cole Younger back here trying to rebound as well. Singleton's going to be right behind him. Singleton driving the 03. We got too many threes in this race. The 3, the 03, and the double 03. Everybody wants to drive the 3. 26-20. Klostrom defending against Zach Dillon here. Little battles going on. 20 gets right there to the back bumper of Klostrom. The slide up into him. We're lucky these guys haven't turned each other yet. Holy cow. .26 to clear. Zach Dillon trying to make it stick, but I tell you what, Klostrom gets a little bit more sideways there. Going to pinch off the race line as the 20's going to go back at it. All they're doing is allowing the 3 to catch up. Brandon Starnes still out front, 3/10 of a second, 17 laps to go. Croak in the 02 trying to battle back on the high side. Tony Martin there on the bottom side. Tabs doing a decent job, trying to keep himself in that 7th spot. Try to work himself a little bit more forward. I think the car pretty much at its stalled point. His last lap right there with everybody else. About a 10th off, though, trying to get himself back around. Brandon Starnes, 4/10 of a second lead here. Trying to dictate where the drivers are going to go as they continue to work. 16 laps to go in the feature. Adam Iddings to Zach from the back. He is dropping, though. Cole Younger got himself around. Younger there to the bottom side, trying to play catch up to the 26. The 26 and the 20 have been battling it out there for a moment, and now have separated themselves. I think Younger is being the responsible adult right now and trying to keep these two from getting into each other. Only on the iRacing platform, right? 20 still trying to find a full send moment here. Little 3-pack trying to go at it here. There's a look. Klosterman has to dig a little bit more time out of this. Right now, he's about a 10th off the pace. Oswell is the only driver that he is catching, but only by about 5/100ths of a second, so not even half a tenth yet. Broken the 6th spot, has fallen back 4 as Kyle Carter in the 003 falls off 1 as well. Sage, Luther, and Tony Martin working themselves back around. Sage getting faster here as the 28 in and out in front of him. And that right there can be a dangerous look. 1:28:026 says, I'm going to send it to the bottom here. I think there's more grip. A little late in the race right now. I don't know how he's going to have any grip down there. It doesn't make any sense. That bottom race line has been plumb worn out. He's making it work. Brandon Starnes to defend. 10 laps to go. Sage Luther to the bottom side. Brandon Starnes up the race line. It's going to have to really try to close off some of that pace. Sage Luther driving around the bottom side of the racetrack as if there's nothing there. Starnes back to the outside. Luther still there. Luther not clear. Starnes driving where there's some grip, but I tell you what, Luther still trying to find that race pace. 26 still digging on the bottom side. That doesn't make any sense. Luther buffaloes his way in front of the 1, and if he doesn't get bumped, I'll be surprised. Little displeasure in that, no doubt. Sage Luther clears himself off the corner. And right now, Brandon Starnes, 8 laps to go, tries to go back to work. And Starnes right there. Singleton goes a lap down. Brandon Starnes back to the bottom side. Luther with the drive off. Driving around the bottom of this racetrack like it's Bristol. Six to go. Brandon Starnes, I don't think has anything for him now. Sage Luther up 4. 10 laps to go. Turned on the heat, drove around the bottom side of the racetrack. And now everybody else following his race line. Starnes having to check up every time he gets into the corner. Fact of the matter is, 4 laps to go. If Brandon Starnes doesn't have something for him, he's going to have to try to work on getting that back out. 28. It's a little bit of the 22 behind him. Sage Luther to the bottom side. Cole Younger having to jump to pits. Where'd he go? How there is still grip on the bottom side of this racetrack, I have no idea. 1 to the bottom side. I don't think that Brandon Starnes, 2 laps to go, will be as friendly as he normally would. The 026 kind of cleared himself off the nose of the 1. White flag this time by. As the top 2 right there. Has 2 tries here to get to the back bumper of the 26. I think it's going to happen. Tony Martin digging for Braxton Clark back there. Starnes tried to make it work, tried to hook up, gave a little bump. Sage Luther's going to win it. Brandon Starnes, no doubt, probably not as pleased as you would ask for there. Green to green. Braxton Clark takes home third. Sage Luther clears his nose. And here's your race results. Sage Luther, Brandon Starnes, Braxton Clark, Tony Martin, Matthew Croak. Your top 5. Carter Boswell, Dylan Klosterman, Singleton, Thompson, Younger. All the drivers there. Josh Bittner, your RC for today. Sage Luther, the winner. And Starnes, P2. Braxton Clark, P3. Dr. Sage Luther, your feature winner here. Cleared yourself about 10 laps to go. Try to clear yourself off the one's nose there. That was probably some I would say some hard racing, but trying to make moves where you had to, I guess. Walk me through the bottom line because I guess there was some grip still there.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race. Kind of caught up to Brandon and Braxton running the same line they were, and then when I caught up to them, I know how to find some other line to be able to get past both of them for the win, and kind of explored a kind of bit of a cut down line, kind of worked, and then went down to the bottom and was able to pass both of them in like the span of like a few laps, and was able to pick up the win. Pretty fun race.
Well, when you pick up when you're picking up these passes, that's what I was talking about. Sometimes you get the when you're trying to find the space to make the pass, to clear the pass. Sometimes you have to create that. It seemed like that was kind of how it was going to be made when it came to anybody who needed position here.
Yeah, this is normally a pretty 2-lane track, so you can definitely explore fast spots on the track.
I don't know what else to say. Sage, give your shout-outs.
Yeah, shout out to you for the broadcast, everyone that puts on the league, and just thank you to my family and everyone who supports me.
And Sage Luther, your feature winner there. Let's talk to Brandon Starnes. Same question for you. I watched the pass. I watched what he was trying to do there on the bottom side. Felt like if you had got to him, you were going to give him the bump. You tried to give him the bump. It kind of cleared himself. And I know that's something about this racetrack. The low line, I thought the low line was completely gone. Apparently it wasn't. But he cleared himself off your nose. I kind of asked about that. Do you have to make the room if you're going to take the room?
Oh yeah, man. Like when you're out front leading a race like that, it's hard to kind of know where you need to be. You just kind of want to stay where you're comfortable, and then when somebody gets a good run on the bottom, they show you the line. Well, once he showed me the line, I just got back below him, and then I knew I was going to just try to give him something, give him a little bump or whatever on the last turn, just to try to get up underneath him. But it didn't work in my favor. But I did try to do a little bump, but I didn't want to spin him completely out. I just wanted to do that little bump and run and try to get up underneath him. But man, it was a good race. I ain't gonna lie, he come out of nowhere at the end, and like I said, I told Braxton, I said, man, I wish you would show me the bottom sooner, because I would have been able to race some better laps. Yeah. But he was up there racing with me on the top.
It was the adage. I thought the once the low line kind of went away, I had to see he was driving around it like he was driving Martinsville or Bristol.
Mm-hmm. Well, once I got down there, I was like, yeah, man, this is where it's at right now. I mean, I was able to stay with him and stay right behind him, but I just didn't ever have enough momentum to get back in front of him unless I was going to do something, super dirty, and I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to kind of tap him and see if I could get up underneath him and race him to the checkered.
Sometimes you got to make room. That's what we were watching. That's kind of what we saw all race, is drivers just making room for themselves. Brandon, P2 finish. Give your shout-outs, my man.
First and foremost, 4M Customs, Michael Mitchell, 06 Racing Productions. That's David Garman, Adrenaline Spikes and Designs, Chris Watkins, I got a bunch here. Hold on, let me look. I got to get all my sponsors every time. 54 Motorsports, Terry Boswell, Pepper's Design, Paul for putting this thing on every weekend for us. Track Dogs Racing for all our merchandise. So if anybody wants some Dirt Anarchy merchandise, hit up Track Dogs Racing. NRI Machining and BUCKWHEAT'S Custom. My cousin Michael at BUCKWHEAT'S Custom, man. Y'all hit all them people up. They're great people, and they help us out a lot with this deal.
Love to hear it. Brandon, we'll see you in the next one, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Always number one, P2. Braxton Clark finishes in third here. Had some blinking issues. I was just praying you didn't blink into somebody, but at the same time, you still had a competitive line. You're always competitive. What'd you need there, other than for Sage to show the low line earlier?
Well, I knew I was blinking. I kept getting an earful about it, and I just wasn't testing my luck. And I was just keeping enough space where I knew I was clean and comfortable. And I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the mirror, which, I mean, it's a good thing, but that'll happen when you're out front and someone's behind you that finds something new. I mean, can't do much about it. And just got to follow them from there.
Well, people always talk about and this is a good segue into that. Sometimes internet just is internet. Sometimes the servers are good. Sometimes the servers are bad. Sometimes if you blink, one day you're not going to have those issues for a month, and we've seen that time and time again. When you're having those issues and you hear these people yelling at you, whatever the case may be, you're out there racing, you were still clean. You tried your best not to get into anybody, of course. But where does the mindset go whenever something like that's happening? Do you just have to buckle down, just keep your eyes forward, and because the dirt racing you don't have mirrors anyway, so you might as well just drive the racetrack going forward.
Yeah, I was mainly focused on what's in front of me because the guy behind me's got to decide what to do on his own. That's not my issue, but I don't know. He just keep a safe distance. That's all. And I think this is the first night I've really had this happen to me, and I don't know.
Well, that's the reason why I'm comfortable asking you the questions on what you should do if something like this happens, especially with the official races. It happens all the time. We see this happen all the time at official races, and those guys are like, I can't do anything about it. And that's pretty much the way it is. Other than that, Braxton, you're always up front. Get to talk to you each week. My man, congratulations still on a P3 finish. Give your shout outs.
Adrenaline Spike, Dirt Anarchy, NRI Machining, Full 6 Video Productions, BUCKWHEAT'S, Track Dogs Racing, Unique Woodmasters, 54 Motorsports, Warrior Raps, and House of Speed.
There it is. Mr. 28. We'll see you in the next one, brother. There he is, right there. All right, we're going to reset, refresh, go on to the next session, folks. I appreciate you. I will be right back in a few moments. I'll be good. We're back.
I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, or how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Mr. Dinger, what do you say? Mike Almadinger giving us a like and share out there. Thank you, folks, for still sticking with us as we get the second race under there. It is going to be a little feature, I think. We'll see what happens here. 360 Sprints digging in as they look to have some fast lap times. The average lap time of the last race, about 20 seconds. Right now, best lap of in all of this is 13.14. They're running about a 13.85, somewhere in that regard when it comes to these drivers and what they're going to be able to do. Klosterman there in the 26 going around. Here's Tony Martin, second fastest in the series at the moment. 360 Sprints brought to you by TrackDogsRacing.com. For all of you dirt assassin gear, go check them out. Track Dogs Racing. Find them on Facebook, and of course find them out there on the rest of the beautiful social media. But their website's the biggest proprietor of it. There's the phone number for True Cut Lawn Maintenance, 352-215-7473. Big ol' opportunity for you to get out there and have some fun there. One of the things I like about iRacing and the Dirt Series is we get to see all these, we get to see the little guys get out there and put their name on the line, and some bigger companies and some of the bigger folks doing what they can for everybody. But speaking of folks that do things for us over here at Signature Esports, going to talk about them. On the bottom right of your screen, NordVPN is my choice of VPN providers, but also helps me in keeping my browsing security clean and safe, making sure that one of my kids gets on the internet and gets into something they're not supposed to. Well, they take care of it pretty darn quickly. Like to see it. HelloFresh, part of my platform over here as well. HelloFresh.com. Use POGH3682. I believe is what it is. If not, there's a link in the description. Takes you directly to them. Get some free meals. Have some fun with it. VIP Tires and Service, of course, out of West Lebanon, New Hampshire. 67 locations across the northeast portion of the United States. Go check them out. The location nearest you. Love those guys and what they do. And, of course, and always, Rogue Energy, giving me all the energy. There is a link for Rogue, as they are a partner here for Signature Esports. Dark Horizon Fishing gives you all the cautions each and every week. Book him by going to facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fishing. He is in the Virginia area. You can book a guided fishing trip with him on the Chesapeake Bay, James River area. Check him out. He'll treat you to a good time. It'll be a ton of fun. I would encourage you to do it, because I'm gonna be out there here. I think we're gonna be out there first part of May, maybe into June. It depends on when Jess gets when we get Jess's trip taken care of. Once that's done, then we'll be we'll have everything taken care of there. So we're gonna go see him and set up his new PC and set up his streaming room and his game room. Gonna meet the Spicy family. He's an awesome dude. So we're gonna get out on the boat. If you want to get out there and get on the boat with us, I encourage you to book it. So do it. Also, kind of a big deal for me. What a chance to meet me in October. Las Vegas at TwitchCon. I will be there. So what a chance to meet me. It is October 22nd, October 20th to the 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will be at TwitchCon, and you will be able to meet me, and we will go have some fun. Maybe bring the PC and call a race at TwitchCon. What do you think? Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be there. I want you to be there as well. Stay here, come on, full send. That's right. They're doing it. All right, they're out there practicing right now. They're getting ready to be done here in just a few moments. Race information. Here's a look at what the race is doing. Now, the track temperature is a lot cooler right now than what it was in the last race. This race, 68 degrees. So we'll see how that fares differently. They showed the low line early, and then kind of ran the midline, and then you watch Sage Luther run the bottom side of that racetrack for about 10 different laps to be able to get himself the lead over the one Brandon Starnes. And it was interesting to watch. It really was. So now we're going to see kind of where that comes into play. But David Garman, super fast today. Let's see what he does. Barberville is where Volusia is. 10 lap heats, 12 lap consies, 30 lap feature, 1% humidity. I don't think that's really going to change all that much. Just make sure you check it. TrackDogsRacing.com giving you the 360 sprints. I'm going to take a vocal break. I'm going to drink my drink, and I'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Another content creator that I want to promote and make sure that I give my thank you to. He's my best friend, good dude, SMOKEY Esports, aka the Skull Key One, aka the bestie. Twitch.tv/SKOLLKEY Skull Key is really going to be looking for him. He is is an awesome dude, and I want to see him continue to grow. He's got quite a few followers out there, but I want to see him get above me. We try to do what we can to make sure that everybody's good to go. New Discord as well, folks. If you haven't been into the new Discord, I believe I have the hotkey, the command ready. So I think it's fixed. I'm pretty sure it's fixed. It's on one of the platforms. But Discord is back, so we are good to go there. More security measures put in place. Qualifying underway. Driver's going to be ready to go here in just a few short moments. So we'll let them get out there and run their fast laps and see who's going to be able to dictate the race pace. They are full sent. Hey, by the way, we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. That's freaking awesome. It's the best thing ever. Thank you so much. We're close to 1,000 followers on Twitch. We're close to 19,000 followers on Facebook. So I encourage you folks to get out there and be a part of the platforms, wherever you want to be. Much love. Much love. Well, I'm still waiting. We got a few drivers out there qualifying. It's going to be good. All right. All right. Heat race number 1, starting grid and the 360 sprints. Of course, brought to you by TrackDogsRacing.com. David Garman's going to be your pole sitter. Matthew Croak, outside pole sitter. Tony Barton, Terry Boswell, row 2. Nick Klosterman, Dover Singleton to make up row 3 as they get ready to rock and roll. 360 sprints just a few weeks ago gave us one of the closest. That's actually the thumbnail for this race. The closest finish that I've ever seen in dirt racing, 7/1000th of a second, which is literally, I think it's 3 inches, less than 3 inches. So that's impressive. And they were duking it out, and David Garman was on the inside of that. So that was a ton of fun to watch, folks. Big special thank you to all of you out there tuning in each week. Of course, I appreciate everything that you do. Buckwheat's Customs, True Cut Lawn and Maintenance. Thank you to all the folks out there digging in for some of the best racing on Dirt Series. Of course, Dirt Anarchy will be back tomorrow night. Outcast Racing League will be back tomorrow during the day. That'll be about 4 p.m. Eastern. I forget which track they're even running, but I think it's going to be a ton of fun. If you missed me racing Wednesday, I ruined somebody's race. It was fun. It wasn't fun, but you know, it was not good for them. I hit the transfer on Kansas and sent my Gen 6 car up into somebody else. It was just a bad day, but it was a good race. It was a ton of fun. It was great to get out there, give up the platform for a day so folks could see me race with one of these leagues, which I very rarely do. So we'll see how it works. All right, heat race number 1. Garmin, Croak, Martin, big dig. Trying to flirt with the wing a little bit here for the drivers is Matthew Croak in the 02. Tries to put a hurting on the 06. Race line dictated on the bottom side. 02 trying to pull Garmin 9 laps in. It's going to be a faster race. 14.47 this time by 13.61. Garmin runs the fast lap here, and this is a whole lot of speed. Digging up in the corner. Garmin, Matthew Croak. Tony Martin, 1, 2, 3. Klosterman up 1. Boswell's going to be off 1. It's 5 drivers digging into the corner right now. Garmin still faster just by mere fractions as Matthew Croak in a 13.63, his fast lap here. Still trying to find a better lap. How about Garmin? 13.57, extending by a tenth on that last lap. Matthew Croak runs a faster 13.63. By a couple of 1/100ths of a second. David Garman, 13.48. Faster each and every lap, and he is drifting up the race lap just a little bit. And still trying to hold on. Here's what it looks like behind him. Tony Martin looking at the 2 leaders. 1, 2, third in the line here. 02 trying to pull sliders off, trying to catch some kind of grip here Tony Martin just right around that corner. Of course, you see that mud right there all over the front of the car. This is what it looks like over the head of him. Look at how much the head bobbles. Not much in the wake of a race line, but here's that gyro, or my what I call my GoPro cam. Garmin, Croak, Martin, 2 laps to go. As they dig around the corner, here's David Garmin taking a white flag. 3/4 of a second, a dominating performance for David Garmin this time by. We will see if it's going to be able to stick into the feature. Full second, Matthew Croak off the throttle is going to finish second. Almost hits the entrance to pit road there. Those tires be very dangerous. Garmin taking names. Eat race number 2. Starting grid. Trevor Schroeder. Going to have Kyle Carter to his outside. Sage Luther, Josh Bittner, row 2. David Williams is going to be there in row 3. Does look like we are going to see Younger, I believe, is race control right now. I believe Zach Dillon, Cole Younger, your race controllers today. They will have themselves fantastic afternoon. All right, pace truck's going to lead them around. This is a fast race. That was very quick. It was less than 6 minutes. It was insane. Ten laps in under 6 minutes. All right. 19-003, 026-84. Chance for Sage Luther to gain some ground here on Trevor Schroeder. Sage has really been figuring out his racecraft as of late. His iRating's gone through the roof. 45-22 on that. Very much a fan, folks. He has been on the service since July 20th of 2020, and his dirt has gone from, well, it was about 42 in October. In January, he's really been working on it. It's gone up about 400 points over the course of the last couple of weeks, so insanity for that driver. Schroeder, though, in the 19. Really liking these cars. Trevor in the 19 rolls the bottom. 026 of Sage Luther trying to hold on to the outside. 026 to the inside of the double lot 3 of Kyle Carter. Carter pulling a little bit more speed on the high side. 14.80 for Schroeder. These drivers have not shown their low line. Kyle Carter runs the fast lap. 13.74. Pulls about 0.2 of a second. Quarter second difference between he and Sage Luther. As right now, fast laps starting to pick up. Sage 13.71. Now, I think there's still grip on the bottom side. I'm surprised that these drivers are not focusing theirs. Right now, the 003 holds the 026 up just a little bit. Down to the bottom side, 026 crossover move coming up the race line. Carter to the bottom side, trying to pull a slider off. Gets a little bit hung up on the bottom side. Luther 13.67. Not the fastest lap, but a fast lap nonetheless. Hung up on the bottom side, dug into the corner too much there, I think. A little right side on the tires there. Bittner coming around, running the track dogs racing.com 84. David Williams into 13, rolling the corner. Has a good look as the Mountain Dew Code Red machine having a good race. Schroeder, 0.4 of a second differences right now. Kyle Carter digs in for 3 more laps. Sage Luther trying to pull in some more pace. 13.74 on the last lap to the 13.79 of Kyle Carter. Carter following the race leader, closing in his lap times to Trevor Schroeder. Actually runs his fastest lap of the race this last time by. It's going to be good to be able to run this race line a little bit later and be able to knock out some of the knock it out in some of the cases. Sage Luther trying to pull off just a little bit more here, but I tell you what, Schroeder did a phenomenal job. Kyle Carter comes in second. Luther backs up his corner, hits third. Bittner comes around for fourth. Williams will be fifth. And they're going to go on to it. The feature starting grid. David Garman, Trevor Schroeder, Matthew Crow, Kyle Carter will be your front two rows. Tony Martin, Sage Luther will be there in row 3. Klosterman and Bittner will be in 4. Boswell and Williams will be there in 5. Dover Singleton in row 6. It is time. 30 laps. Cautions are on. Caution laps do not count. And no doubt, I'm excited. I love dirt racing. It truly gives you a different look. iRacing is a whole different look. You know what I mean? Kind of cool. The pace truck go from very dark tires to actually picking up dirt on its tires. You didn't notice that these cars actually pick up dirt on the track on their tires, so you actually get to see the tires change color from black to, well, you see it right there where the mud is actually sticking to the tires. One of the best things I think I get to see is the improvements that iRacing's been able to make. The cars actually sitting on the track. Well, there for a little while we were watching the cars float as well. So they used to not really set on the track. They used to just kind of float a little bit. Now it's improved over the course of the last 2 years, 3 years almost, that I've been doing this, to the point where the separation between the track and the vehicles is very little. And they don't clip through to the bottom, which happens sometimes with the NASCAR series, the Oval Series. In the Dirt Series, though, getting better. Getting really better. Race truck's going to be in. It's going to be a full send moment. David Garman, 19 of Schroeder. Crow, Carter, Martin, Luther. We're going. Up through the corner they go. Garmin, Schroeder, Croak, they are all trying to make up some ground. Sage Luther gets around the double out 3 here early. Runs a 13.91 on the high side. David Garman, 14.07, still hasn't run his fastest lap of the race yet. He's going to depend and defend here. I think that's what he's trying to do. Schroeder to the bottom side, Garman to the high side. Klosterman, Bittner getting into an exchange here as Bittner goes to the bottom side. Everybody trying to hold on. Schroeder runs a fast lap here. 13.89. Garman defends on the high side. Garman trying to go to work. Maybe a slider happening here. Not quite. Garman able to hold on to the high side. Schroeder and Garman alternating the ins and outs here, trying to keep it interesting up front. Schroeder almost there to lead. Garman still, I tell you what, the lead keeps changing. But Garman's not giving up the high side right now. Slider coming from the 19. Garman to the bottom side. Garman to lead again. Garman up in front of the 19. They're going to continuously slide it. They're going to continue to slide job each other here. They're going to watch Matthew Croak. Garman to the bottom side. Schroeder trying to give himself a little bit extra room. Croak in the mix now as these three go to work. Croak in the 0-2. Sage Luther trying to track him down as well. Kyle Carter in the double out 3 going back to work, trying to get himself up a couple of spots here. Trevor Schroeder extending 3/4 of a second. I'm sorry, 3/10 of a second. Let me go back and recorrect myself. Garmin had such a great run and now finds himself having to set a little tear-off action. You see that happening right there for you. Right now, the 19, the 02 slides in front of the 06, and that was dangerous. Croak almost took out David Garmin there. A dangerous slider. Now Garmin has to go back to work. Trevor Schroeder to Matthew Croak. Croak in the 02. Luther in the 026. David Garmin dominated heat race number 1, and right now he can't buy a lap. Croak out front. Whoa! Croak checks up Schroeder there. Schroeder to send the corner. 02 to the inside. Drivers are trying to figure out the race line. Sage Luther puts the wing down and says, I'm going. Hearing tires hit the walls. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Schroeder in that P2 spot. It's going to have the 026 to the bottom side. Now Matthew Croak in the 02. Sage Luther in second. 19 to the bottom side. Tires on the inside. He's going to check up here. Garmin's going to go back to the back bumper of the 19 of Schroeder. David Garmin way up high. Kyle Carter picking up his spots as well. Tony Martin off 1. There's a little tire action there for the double out 3. Kyle Carter digging around the corner. Martin to the inside. Getting a little bit faster. Luther and Schroeder going back and forth. Sage Luther under fire from the 19 for a little bit. He's going to pull slider off. There goes Sage Luther. Caution comes out. Wow! That was clearing a nose. Luther, 19 sent the corner. Up the race line. Tires. Oh, man. Oh, no. We'll have to reset. The tow will be just fine. He'll be able to get himself in and out of pit road without having to worry about that. Caution comes out. So this develops over a couple of laps here. We'll take a look. Far chase view. Here's Sage. Sage has been working the outside lane, getting a little bit faster each lap, just trying to dig. Little wall tap there. It's around the corner. Keeps it clean here. 19 slides up the race line, and that's where the tires connect. And then Trevor Schroeder, no doubt, believe get the UL there. So Matthew Croak, David Garmin, Trevor Schroeder. Yeah, I think he's going to get the UL. So Kyle Carter will take over third. Tony Martin there as well. We're under 10 laps to go, so it'll be a single file restart. Matthew Croak will just have to dig a little bit. Sage Luther in on pit road. Should have a fast repair. Should be able to get that car back out there and still be on the lead lap. Should be just fine. I am going to give him the helicopter award, though, because, that was insane. And, if he'd have stuck the landing, that'd been even better. But there's not much you can do about that. You know what I mean? All right, so Croak, Garmin, Carter, can Sage make it out. Are they still pacing? Yeah, they still lights on the pace. So he should. It doesn't take more than 2:15 to tow this track. There it is. There it is. See? 2 minutes, 15 seconds, almost exactly. Total 2:25 on pit lane, is according to what it says. So, good. All right. Luther, Schroeder. Right now, there's Croak, Garmin, Carter, Martin, Klosterman, Bittner. Lights will be off on the pace truck this time by. We will go back to green flag racing. Control car is the O2. Matthew Croak, very much a winning driver for the series. He's got 4 wins already, 3 to David Garmin. So Garmin trying to match that one. 1-2 right now. Really high speed, high demanding drivers. Croak gets a great restart there. He's going to have a huge lead. But for how long? Tony Martin to the inside of Kyle Carter. Martin still digging here. Matthew Croak out front. Garmin in second. Martin to third. We don't count out the 003. Tony Martin to the bottom side. Wow, what a run of speed. 6 laps to go. The low line being shown once again. 22, 003. 22 going to second here. Trying to go to lead. 5 laps to go. Low line being shown, and right now that low line is being controlled. 22 to the inside of the 06. 22 controls second here as Martin tries to go a little bit further. There's the 03 trying to find the same lane as the 22. 2 up on the high side. Matthew Croak trying to hold off some of the drivers behind him. 3 laps to go. Martin trying to get a run of speed, trying to clear David Garmin's going to clear him here. Garmin back to third. Matthew Croak is going to make it 2 laps to go, but Garmin battles back for second. And the battle for second, much more interesting than the driver who's leading right now. Kyle Carter into the wall, trying to hold on to it. Croak, Garmin, Martin. White flag waves for the final lap in tonight's feature race for the 360 Sprints, brought to you by Track Dogs Racing, Chiefland RC Raceway, giving you all the street stock action in the final 2 turns. It'll be Croak, Garmin, Martin. Carter's going to be in 4th. Klosterman in 5th. Bittner, Luther, Boswell, Schroeder, Williams. That'll be your 10 drivers. Matthew Croak gets his 5th win on the series. And that will be the race. 360 Sprints, giving you all the Dirt Assassin Series action. Race results. With the 02 taking the victory here. 06 in second. Martin in third. Kyle Carter in 4th. Klosterman 5th. Bittner, Luther, Boswell, Schroeder, Williams, Singleton was not in the race. So there they are. We're going to box in the 06, and apparently the dogs are going to be barking. Awesome. Ray Jr., how you doing? Good to see you. Good finish, Tony. Hey, they had a good race. They had a really good race. Let's go talk to them. Waiting. Let's talk to your P2 finisher, David Garmin, who there for a moment I didn't think that you were going to finish inside the top 3. Car kind of got away from you. You had a blistering lap times in your heat race. What happened there in the feature? I mean, congratulations on a P2 finish. I mean, you tried to go after Matthew there. Had a good battle with Tony at the end. But what happened to the car? It just seemed like it kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I put a lot of practice in this week with super slick tracks, and I don't think I ever did any with some medium slick, kind of like what we experienced at the beginning of the feature there. So I don't know. Those guys got a run on me, and it put me down to the bottom. And then I don't know, for whatever reason today in the race, in the car, I just wasn't comfortable, especially down on the bottom like that. So it took about 24 more laps to actually get comfortable and start being able to run kind of in the slick. I know it's not where you want to be, but if you got to be there, you got to be able to do it. And I don't know. It just it went my night. Apparently I practiced way too much this week for it, so I'll take that for consideration for the rest of the week. For next, next week at I-55, I think.
Mm-hmm. I-55, yeah, that's it's going to be a good race regardless. But David, you were trying to get to that 4th win over Matthew. Now he's got 2 on you. What do you do to try to track that down? Yeah, the TikTok schedule's coming down.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's I don't know. Just wait for next week, and maybe things will fall in my lap and work in my favor. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Tonight was just kind of, I don't want to say heartbreaking, because I still got a P2 and I still enjoy running with these guys, and it's a lot of fun, and I still had a lot of fun. It's just I don't know. I'm at a loss for words right now with it.
That's okay. It happens. David, give you shout outs, my man. P2 finish.
Obviously, 06 Racing Productions, Dirt Anarchy, PFEFFER Designs. I gotta get these memorized because I'm not real good at this yet. 1 second.
Post-it notes. Post-it notes.
Yeah, that's probably what I should get as post-its. There they are. All right, we'll just start at the top again. So, Forum Customs, Buckwheat Customs, 54 Motorsports, NRI, Machining and Drilling, Spike Design, Track Dog Racings, Dirt Anarchy, Custom Wraps and Design, and Pepper Designs. Yeah, just shout out to all those guys for sponsoring me throughout the season. And yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words for what happened at the beginning of that race. I thought I had something for him, but I don't know. My caution's about the only thing that saved me.
Well, you never know. Anything else could have happened too. Somebody could have. They were getting dangerously close to the wall, so there's lots of things that could have happened. David, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there.
That's the man. 06 finishes in P2. Let's talk to your feature winner here. It's going to be Matthew Croak, pulls his 5th win of the series. You had David's number. He said that he just didn't feel comfortable. You were able to make the pass and not look back. I was kind of thinking of how the race went from domination to real close. It just seemed like everything started reconnecting, especially after that restart. A great restart, by the way. But tonight's race was a little bit more competitive.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really feel comfortable at Volusia. I don't know what it is, if it's me today or if the setup was just a little weird. I honestly didn't feel that comfortable. I don't know if David did, but it was a weird track.
Yeah, he didn't. That's exactly what he said. Sorry to cut you off, but that's exactly what he said. He said he wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just kind of minding my own business there in third, watching him and I believe it was Trevor race each other. And then I finally kind of moved up, and then I heard, I don't know who it was, but I heard someone behind me motoring. I think it was Sage. And I kind of started going up higher and higher just to see if there was something up there. And I caught something in 3 and 4 with a run, and then finally got around, I believe, those two. And it was kind of on there from there. And then the yellow came out, and honestly, the top just went away more than I thought it would. And I know Tony was working the bottom pretty well, from what he said. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those weird races.
It was interesting, and I thought it was going to run green like the other one. I've seen kind of battles happen everywhere. Everybody forced lane changes and line changes. It was interesting. But Matt, it's always a pleasure, man. 5th win of the Dirt Assassin 360 Sprint Series. Give your shout outs, my friend.
Yeah, first off, I have to thank you for the broadcast each and every week. Paul for the league. Oh, excuse me. Velocity Race Designs, RK Farms, Phantom Motorsports, M9 Setup Shop, and Weichel Sportswear.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get a new chair. This thing is awful. Matt, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Always.
thank you.
I always say it was like snap, crackle, pop, and it was like in the middle of him talking. I had the mute button. I thought I had the mute button on, and I didn't mean for that. So, Matthew is your feature winner here. Let's wrong button, wrong person. Let's talk to this guy. Tony Martin's going to be your P3 finisher. I had something for him, I think. Get another 4 laps. You were hooking up on the bottom pretty quickly there. Walk me through this one. It was everybody was uncomfortable, but you look like you were fast.
Yeah. It was a funny start. The car, just something about this setup just doesn't seem quite right. But as the race went on, I was able to start working on Kyle there on the bottom, and that I pretty much just made up my mind. I'm not leaving the bottom.
The you're all top 3. Everybody said that today, just the race was kind of funky in these cars. Something about that to consider is where does the setup need to be? I mean, it's a big track, so normally it's wing down, run your speed, and then make your passes where you can. Try to shorten it up at the end.
Yeah. I honestly never touched my wing. It was forward the whole time. It's something about this setup today. Track temp, something. I don't know what it was, but something was definitely a little off.
Well, the track temperature was... So the track temperature in the street stocks was 90 degrees, and the track temp here was 61 degrees. So I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that was it. But, it was a good run. Once again, behind Matthew and David, but I'm still racking up points, so that's all I'm looking for right now.
That's all that matters. You'll get that win eventually. They'll wreck each other. No, totally joking, Tony. Always a pleasure, man. Sage, thank you for the like out there, man. I was bummed to see that happen as well. I was thinking, hey, maybe back-to-back wins, knock it out of the park, get a different winner up there. But Tony, you're constantly improving each week. We're watching you get faster and faster and faster, and you're putting your name in the mix with all these fantastic folks out there. But P3 finished tonight. Give your shout-outs.
All right. Well, thanks to you for putting the show on every week for us. Thanks to Paul and Smokey Designs by Andy and my homies over there at Track Dogs too.
I know Andy's out there watching. He actually commenting on his page, which I love. It's a ton of fun to see businesses get out there and do that. Tony, we'll see you next week, man. Or actually, we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
I can't forget that. We're still racing tomorrow. It's impossible to forget. Actually, it's not impossible to forget. I can't forget that. Tony Martin, your P3 finisher here, the 22, having a great race. But Matt gets it. Thank you to all the sponsors of the series. If I missed you, I don't mean to miss you, but let's run through it. A&J Custom Creations, which you saw their logo up there a couple of times. I just want to make sure that you know. Make sure you get a hold of them. BUCKWHEAT'S Custom, Smokey Designs by Andy, of course. Andy Martin, 117 South Main Street, Van Buren, Ohio, 567-208-9260, or Smokey Designs by Andy at gmail.com. CHIEFLAND RC, Raceway 06 Racing Productions, Unique Woodmasters, of course, Anarchy Wraps and Designs. Make sure that you go check all of these folks out. There are names. There's a big list of names in the race. Just search them in your Facebook browser or on Google, and you'll be able to find them if you can't. My race description can only be so long, which is why I don't have all of this information in there and all the links, but I do have all their names. So we try to make sure we keep that, because if I had the race description, you would read 17 paragraphs before you got to the video, and we don't want to do that. It's bad enough I have to put my sponsors in there, which when those change, then I will shorten my descriptions up as well. But there's certain things that I have to say and certain things that I have to do. But always a pleasure. Dirt Assassin series done for the night. Tomorrow we will be back with the Outcast Racing League, and of course, and always the Dirt Anarchy series tomorrow evening. So Cup Series, more dirt racing off Monday. Monday we will be live streaming something. It'll be during the day. So we will get that taken care of. Been playing Sons of the Forest. Been doing every other thing. I don't know. Everything's been good. Everything's fine. Everything's all well and good. If you haven't done so, make sure you reach up, hit the like, follow, subscribe button on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. But make sure you follow me on TikTok. And of course, and always, we will see you in the next one. Peace.